Look, I think his time has come and gone. Unfortunately, the last 3 months of his presidency certainly did not speak well of him, not in my mind anyway. I admired what Al Gore did in 2000 when David Boies said there was still a chance of fighting Bush in court, and Gore said, the American people have had enough. We're done. He put the American people ahead of him. What Trump put this country through for the last 3 months of his presidency was disgraceful. I'm sorry. And I think, frankly, that to me ruined his chances to succeed himself at some point. So, I think what happened on January 6th, all he had to say was, please go home. You made known your feelings, now go home. He sat in a room and watched it for 3 hours, did nothing about it. So America's better than that, and America deserves better than that, Neil.
You know, when the billionaire co-founder of Home Depot is finally done with Trump, that politicians in hopes of securing another wealthy sugar daddy to tell them what to do are making themselves look real nice for the selection process. So who's the lucky candidate?
You've sort of sized up the field, and you like Nikki Haley, and you want to support her.
Yes, I am going to support her. I think she's just what we need right now. I think her approach is smart. I think she's clarified herself on some issues, which is very important. And more importantly, I think the American people need this kind of leadership. Statesman-like, elegant. Just think of where we've been the last 6 or 7 or 8 years. It's not good, Neil. It's not good at all. You know, I've been to a few of the Koch events, the Americans for Prosperity.
Right.
Trust me, these guys know how to raise money, big money. Having them in her corner is no small feat. And I think the other thing, Neil, she said something the other day. She came in to see me, and I had a small group. You know she's flying commercial in her campaign right now? I was shocked. I was shocked, and I was pleasantly surprised. Just think of that. She said, I'm saving all the money I can for ads.
Hey, Neil, did you know she's been flying commercial? The fact that she put up with smelling the stench of people in first class rather than flying private jets around the country really tells me she's a champion of the poor that only pull in a couple $100,000 a year. In fact, a couple other billionaires also support her, so you know she's the real deal. These are the people that choose our candidates and tell us what our values are based on what our elected officials will do for them. Also, isn't Ron in second place?
Why not Ron DeSantis?
No, I did like Ron DeSantis. His numbers aren't moving, Neil.
Yeah.
The handwriting's on the wall. Now, on the other hand, Nikki Haley has had a very substantial upswing.
DeSantis' campaign hasn't come close to what he expected his run to be ever since that disastrous Twitter X launch. And more conservatives than Ken Langone are actually piling on. So how is Ron going to come back from all this?
We read that some anti-Trumpers in the Senate, Mitt Romney among them, were backing her as well. It seems like someone's trying to establish an air of inevitability here regarding Haley.
Well, I'm the true conservative in the race. I have the strongest record of actually delivering results. That's including the lot of them. And I'm somebody that would be able to get in there, serve 2 terms, and actually deliver all the things that we've wanted to see delivered at the national level, just like I did in Florida. I have more similarities on policy with Donald Trump than I do on Nikki Haley. I think Nikki Haley really represents the last gasp of a failed establishment. So she's out of step with the vast, vast majority of Republican voters. But I think some of those elements are people that really want to take the party back to a failed establishment of yesteryear. And that we know for sure that will not happen.
It's sad. After trying to distance himself from his gubernatorial strategy of presenting himself as a miniature version of Trump.
Build the wall.
He reads stories.
Then Mr. Trump said, "You're fired." I love that part.
Haley's newfound friends have forced DeSantis right back into claiming that he's more like Trump. The moneymen have such a tight grip on the primary race that the political director of the super PAC, hoping to help DeSantis, had to switch gears and claim that they don't even need billionaires. We've got grassroots support.
The grassroots are with Governor DeSantis. The grassroots will continue to flock to Governor DeSantis. She might look like she has momentum on paper. She's got Democrat mega donors. She's got the backing of Wall Street banks. But Ron DeSantis has the backing of the grassroots on the ground, the people that turn out and vote. They're the ones that are going to decide this election, not mega donors, not Democrats. And at the end of the day, she might look like she has the momentum, but there's a hard ceiling on that, and we're going to elect Governor Ron DeSantis.
Sounds like a good plan. They just have to get reality to match that energy before it gets too late.